Welcome back to Aqua Goddess Tarot. So let's go ahead and jump in today to today's reading. Tongue tied. Okay. Thank you, Universe Source Energy, for the opportunity to share messages for the collective good. We are so receptive to the messages that come forth. Please bring messages of only health, wealth, abundance, medicine, light, love, healing, life, and anything that our spirit guides or energetic helpers want us to know along the way. Please bring it to the collective in a succinct way, in a way that it touches their heart, so that if they have any doubt or any confusion, it is cleared up and it makes sense to them. We are so appreciative to have this moment. We are so appreciative to share in this wisdom. We are so appreciative to share in this collective knowledge, healing experience. We always connect in with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, 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 ancestors. Okay. Because I didn't say the ancestors one day and they got on me. They got on me hard. So simple day to day. There's not a lot screaming out. There's a lot of dynamics happening, but not a lot of screaming out of like, okay, you're doing this busy work. So it's much more family oriented today. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Death Mother. So Death Mother is you're dealing with some toxic family dynamics, either in your actual everyday life or in like kind of like an adjacent kind of situation. And this is a moment where someone is really going to act the fuck up, and it's going to really make you think like, okay, well, today I'm making the decision that I'm not talking to this person no more. Like, I'm not entertaining this person no more. And the Death Mother brings a beautiful message that's scary. It shows that there is healing in knowing when to let go of something. Because the mothering kind of feeling, like when someone is mothered too much, it is like the mom never knew when to let something go, when to let their child grow up or move on. But the Death Mother is bringing that sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is know when to let something go. And though that comes with pain and hurt or discomfort, I think is the better word, or maybe someone else will try to make you feel bad even though you feel confident in it and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is impacting or might impact my relationship with other people. That's because they're playing into the toxic dynamics. That's because they make excuses for whomever this person is, but that don't mean you got to make excuses for whomever this person is. You just got to live your best and blessed self, okay? Because it's like we ain't got time for it. There's no times in the piggy bank for this. So the next card is White Out. You got to trust that wisdom, because this wisdom is popping out. It is busting out the seams today. It is simply saying to you, like, I see everything, you know? They really acting up too. You're like, I see everything. I know everything that's going on, like with your little dynamics over here. And I just want something better. And it could also be, you know, collective communities you're in, you're like, I don't like this toxic energy, or, you know, just kind of have this very like awakening kind of moment of like, I don't want these dynamics in this part of my life any longer. An elephant in wisdom. Elephant is straight up wisdom. This is sending the message. The elephant never forgets. That's what I just said. Like, you're sitting around, you're like, I see everything that's going on here, and it never forgets. Because they always talk about, well, forgiveness, you know, when you forgive, it's like forgive but don't forget. And that simply means, like, you know, let it go. Don't drink poison and then hope the other person gets sick. But what a lot of people won't tell you is take it to the next level, which is you can forgive someone that you choose not to have in your life. Deadass. And that's the problem. People think that they have to forgive somebody and keep them in their life. And then they're feeling hurt because it was never resolved in the way they needed. So if you can't resolve it in the way that you needed, you and that person or you and that group of people, you know, forgive them. They did the best that they could given their situation. You did the best you could given your situation, and let them go and go heal yourself. Because if you have to heal yourself based off of something that someone else also contributed to, you can't expect to have that dynamic still in your life. That's not a sustainable relationship. It's not. It really isn't. And you can forgive these people and just let them kind of go on and do their own thing. Because let me tell you, blessings, love, and abundance is coming your way. And so memory, yes, as we're talking about, what do we know about the elephant? The elephant never forgets. Don't forget, there's this also at the same time a very nostalgic feeling going on today of like just remembering all these times. So there's that dynamics, but then it's just nostalgic. It's a very nostalgic day of like you're thinking about all these times before and similar and things that you did. So there can be like a happy moment too. So, you know, don't let it take up all your time, but just allow it to swiftly move. And then it's kind of like there's this cat and mouse kind of energy going where you're going in and out of like, okay, I need to quit that situation. And into thinking of thoughts like, oh my gosh, I can't believe when I was like 12, I thought about this, or when I was like 15, I thought about that, or da 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 da, blase, blase. Like, that's the energy that's coming up today. And also that shadow work. So ultimately, a lot of shadow work is going to be done today to heal you and to heal your collective energy, to heal you in a collective way. But really, it is a moment of reflection and reminiscing on the past. And the shadow really is alluding to this sense of trauma. Not that you have been traumatized or need to be traumatized or something like that, but sometimes things hurt you and you don't, clearly admit to other people that they hurt you. And you don't always get an opportunity to communicate that to them or be around them or be in environments. You don't want to just call somebody out the blue and start some drama, but here is the day that you could, if you wanted to, have a conversation. And it doesn't have to be a conversation of like, hey, like, you suck. It could just be like, have a conversation of like, hey, what's going on, how you doing, da 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 da. You fill them out, see if they're changing a little bit. But then ultimately, like, if you feel like the conversation, you feel safe enough to have it, because don't ever have a conversation you don't feel safe enough having. If you feel safe enough having a conversation, initiate the conversation and talk to them and say, like, this is what's going on. Like, this actually did impact me, and, this is why I feel some type of way. Now, pay attention to how they respond, because if they responded like, wow, I didn't know that, like I really wish you had told me that, because I would have changed something, or I really wish I had known, like, work with the energy. But if it's like, oh, you still on that? You still on that? Yes, I'm still on that. Okay. Well, da 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 da. It wasn't a big deal. If they belittle you or they like try to diminish it, then be like, oh, okay, I see you, I see you. And just let it be, and let them go. And then they'd be like, oh, so and so, you trying to come to the da 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 with me? It's like, no, 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 I'm good. I'm good. Because if they're not going to acknowledge the lived experience that you have, they're not going to be able to help you heal that trauma going on there. So that's essentially the stuff that's going on. So in and out, very nostalgic, very healing moments. So in the extended read, we're going to go to look to see if there are any specific messages that your spirit guides want you to know. Also, if there's a particular specific person that this is aimed towards, we're going to go ahead and ask that, because I'm real nosy right now. So if you want to have access to that, use the link in the description box. I'll see you in just a second.